All right. Rock City Networks and tonedeaf.com.au coming to you from the Arts Centre here in Melbourne for the Australasian World Music Expo. Joining me, Malcolm Haynes. Thank you very much for giving us your time again, mate. It's been a long year since the last chat.
Yeah, about 365 days.
That's it. Is it to the day? I'm not too sure. Maybe a little in, a little out.
No, it's a little bit early because I think you interviewed me on the Monday.
That's right.
After the event.
Yeah. It's very hard to get a hold of you, so I'm really glad you came up and gave us your time today.
Cool.
I know you're very busy.
Good. Thank you.
How's everything been going? How's everything with Glastonbury? How did that work out?
Yeah, it's good. Last year, been at the event, I can't remember what I talked about, to be perfectly honest, but I think I ended up either directly or indirectly probably booking about 10 acts from this event alone.
Yeah.
Most of them played Glastonbury. I think a further 2, 3 or 4 went on to play the Big Chill as well. So for me, a great success, and for the bands I took over, very fruitful for them as well.
Mm-hmm. Any standouts? It's not to pick out or say one was lesser than the other, but any standouts from the Australian acts you booked that played those festivals?
Do you know what? Probably 3. That's difficult. All of the bands I absolutely loved. I'd say like 3 or 4 from New Zealand, and maybe 1 from Australia, 2 from Australia. Electric Wire Hustle, New Zealand Shapeshifter, Lady Six, and the lovely Bella Kalula. And from Melbourne, I'd say really got into Black Jesus experience. They came and did Glastonbury for me in their own right, and then I managed to get them on the bill for the Big Chill, playing with Mulatu Astaki, who's playing tonight. So that was great. And fantastic soul band from Melbourne called Electric Empire.
Yeah, everyone talks about them. They're well known.
Yeah, well, they're just in the UK now doing the support to the Beverley Knight tour with Omar. Funny enough, so yeah, I know they're third on the bill, but it's still a great show and a great tour to have.
Yeah,
and
now
I love them. Yeah,
you've got obviously Big Chill happens next year. You've got a year off from Glastonbury, right?
We have got a year
due
off
to the lack of toilet rolls, as we discussed last year.
No, well,
the lack of toilets.
It's just a lack of infrastructure. I mean, I think with the Olympics on, it's just so much. There's so much else going on, not just on the infrastructure, but also musically as well. There's some major musical events going on. Some going on for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's just, I think we did the right thing by just extending the period by 1 more year, and then having 2012 off.
As you were saying, you said these breaks do happen with Glastonbury. It's generally to allow the land to yield.
Yeah,
is correct.
Yeah.
Now, what happens in that year off?
I think to give the family a break as well. I think in that year off, I think it allows us all to take a step back, look at what we're doing, and see how we can come back after that year and just improve.
Yeah.
And certainly for me, I mean, within the dance village, I think it's a great area anyway. It feels like a festival within a festival, but I'm definitely going to be approaching 2013 with a blank sheet of paper, which I'm starting to do now. So I've got my team around me, and we've had a few meetings and told them all to go away and talk about ideas, with regards to structures and infrastructure and artists and just the general feel of the area.
Yeah, excellent. Now, Big Chill, what's happening with that? Are you starting your planning yet? I know you guys plan well ahead.
Yeah,
so.
Well, I'm happy to say I've been promoted to the Big Chill, so I'm now the main promoter. I'm not just the junior promoter, so I now book the whole event, along with my boss, obviously, Melvin. But it's a great opportunity. The Festival Republic have been running the festival for a couple of years now. We've yet to hit the black. But I'm hoping my influence and my programming will help it get into the black.
That's good timing too, especially with Glastonbury on next year. Yeah, that's really going to allow you to focus, right?
Absolutely. But I wouldn't have been too worried if that wasn't the case. If Glastonbury would have been on me, I feel that at Glastonbury I've got such a great, well-oiled machine with regards to infrastructure. and some of my junior programmers there. Yeah, I think I would have managed that as well.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's good timing. There's no Glastonbury. I can concentrate on. I can put all my efforts and my energy into the big chill.
Yeah. Now, Big Chill, the time of the year escapes me. Is that going to be affected at all by the Olympics? And will there be a vacuum of artists playing the Olympics, not wanting to do festivals? And
Well, I know that we were undecided about what period to do, whether to do the weekend of the 3rd of August or the weekend of the 10th of August. The weekend of the 10th of August is just at the end of the at the end of the Olympics, just before because there's like a 2-week break, and then we did the Paralympics. But no, I think we're going to go for the third weekend. The 3rd of August, that weekend. And yeah, you're right. There's heaps going on, not just in London, but also regionally. And also lots of festivals have changed their dates because there's no Glastonbury, there's a vacuum there. Yeah. So I know for a fact that the Isle of Wight Festival is moving to the Glastonbury weekend.
Wow.
Sunshine Festival, kind of giving all these festivals big enough, they've moved to the same weekend as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on within the festival.
Well, it's a very interesting year for 2012.
Really, yeah. And I think for Glastonbury, I think in some senses, it's probably good that we're taking a step back and just letting everybody else deal with it.
Absolutely. Well, everyone will be hungry for it. Not like they're not already, but I mean that year off, people, I think.
Well, I hope it doesn't like turn into what happened with the eclipse. Going back about 10 years ago, where everybody cashed in and thought that the eclipse would be such an amazing event that let's have a festival for the eclipse, and all sorts of festivals popped up and went to the wall because they thought they could just jump on the bandwagon, and it didn't happen.
Yeah. With that in mind, actually, the Glastonbury that returns after like a year off, do you find that one? Is there more energy in it? Is there a change in that particular year when you come back from a year off, or?
Well, I'm sure.
Differ?
Well, it's a massive organisation. There's probably about 300 people that are part of the inner core, and I'm sure you'll get some changes and some movements going on within that inner programming and organisational group of people. But I think we generally all come back with lots of energy.
Yeah.
Lots of new ideas, and I think having the year off allows us to have all those new ideas.
Now, speaking of new ideas, your panel discussion is on music festivals of the
festivals of the world.
Festivals of the world.
Yeah.
That's taken place or hasn't taken place?
Yeah, no, that happened yesterday.
Yeah, and how did that go? What
that
did
was
you take
great.
from that?
That was great. I mean, there's some great stories.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name, but I really can't remember the name of the presenter. But she was telling us a great story about Prince, and that was just hilarious. It took about 10 minutes to tell the story, but it was just fantastic.
Yeah.
And there were a few more on the panel than last year, and so I suppose personally I didn't get to speak quite as much, but it was still good to listen to everyone else, all the other speakers, and I think we had a much more broad spectrum of representatives from different parts of the world. So
fantastic.
It was good. Yeah.
Excellent. All right, Malcolm. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Okay,
I'm not going to keep you any longer.
Thank you very much.
And all the best with the Big Chill next year. And it's kind of funny, really, isn't it? It's like enjoy your break, but don't really enjoy your break because you've got two things on.
I'll enjoy my yes.
Yeah,
I will.
yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben.
Malcolm Haynes here at Australasian World Music Expo for Rock City Networks and tonedeaf.com.au.